Have you ever stopped to consider how much of an impact stress has on your life? It's like a shadow, silently following us around, quietly influencing our every move. It's an unwelcome guest in our modern society, a byproduct of the fast-paced, always-on world we've created. Stress is everywhere. It's in the hurried morning commutes, the overflowing inboxes, and the never-ending to-do lists. It seeps into our health, gnawing at our well-being, leaving us feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. It strains our relationships, creating tension and conflict. And let's not forget the physical symptoms, the headaches, the sleepless nights, the knots in your stomach. Over time, these can lead to serious health problems, like heart disease and depression. Stress is a silent assailant, a stealthy thief that robs us of our peace and happiness. So what can we do to combat this silent assailant? One of the most effective ways to reduce stress is surprisingly simple: spending time in nature. Did you know that immersing yourself in the wilderness can instantly start to soothe your worries? Just imagine standing in a lush green forest, the soft crunching of leaves under your feet. Picture the sunlight breaking through the canopy, casting dancing shadows on the woodland floor. The air is fresh, filled with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers. The melody of birdsongs fills your ears, while a gentle breeze brushes your face. This is nature at play, and it's a powerful stress reliever. The immediate sensory experience of being in a natural environment can be a potent antidote to stress. Our senses are awakened, and we become more present, more mindful. The mind begins to shift its focus from the pressing worries and anxieties of our daily lives to the peaceful, serene surroundings. Take a moment and think about the calming effect of nature's sounds. The soothing murmur of a bubbling brook, the rustling of leaves in the wind, the gentle chirping of crickets at dusk. These sounds have a way of quieting the mind, of easing the tension in our bodies. Now consider the sights that nature has to offer: a majestic mountain range, a tranquil lake reflecting the sky, a field of wildflowers swaying in the breeze. These images, these moments of natural beauty, they have a profound calming effect on our psyche. They remind us of the world's inherent tranquility and help us find our inner peace. Spending time in nature is not just about escaping our daily grind. It's about reconnecting with the world around us, about finding harmony with the rhythm of the earth. It's about grounding ourselves in the present moment and finding solace in the simplicity and beauty of the natural world. But don't just take our word for it. Let's look at the science. Multiple scientific studies have shown the remarkable benefits of immersing oneself in nature. Let's delve a bit deeper into the science behind this. For instance, a study conducted by Stanford University found that those who went for a 90-minute walk in a natural environment reported lower levels of rumination, a key factor in stress and mental health issues, compared to those who walked in an urban setting. Similarly, Japanese researchers have been studying the effects of forest bathing, spending time in a forested area, for several decades. Their findings? Participants consistently show significant reductions in heart rate and levels of cortisol, a hormone often used as a marker for stress. Even more compelling, a study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health found that being in nature, or even viewing scenes of nature, reduces anger, fear, and stress, while increasing pleasant feelings. This study measured these effects through both psychological and physiological assessments, including changes in heart rate, blood pressure, and levels of cortisol. There's also the attention restoration theory proposed by Rachel and Stephen Kaplan. The theory suggests that urban environments require what's known as directed attention, which can lead to mental fatigue. On the other hand, nature engages the mind in a more passive, effortless form of attention, which can lead to increased feelings of relaxation and restoration. And it's not just about stress. A study from the University of Essex found that just 5 minutes of green exercise, physical activity in the presence of nature, resulted in improvements in self-esteem and mood. So, what does all this mean? It means that there is a growing body of scientific evidence that supports what many of us intuitively know. Spending time in nature can have a profound impact on our stress levels and overall mental well-being. This is not to say that nature is a cure-all, but rather it's another tool in our toolbox for managing stress and promoting mental health. So the science is clear: nature can help us to combat stress. But how can we incorporate this into our daily lives? Incorporating nature into our daily routine is easier than you might think. It's not about embarking on grand adventures or scaling mountain peaks. Although, if that's your cup of tea, by all means, go for it. Rather, it's about embracing the small, simple acts that enable us to connect with the natural world. One of the easiest ways to spend more time in nature is to go for walks in the park. This could be a brisk morning walk to kickstart your day, a leisurely stroll during the evening, or even a quick walk during your lunch break. It doesn't have to be a long hike. Even a short walk can expose you to the calming effects of nature and help reduce stress levels. Another wonderful way to connect with nature is through gardening. There's something incredibly soothing about getting your hands dirty, nurturing plants, and watching them grow over time. Whether you have a spacious backyard or a small balcony, it's possible to create your own little green space. You could grow herbs, vegetables, flowers, or even just a few potted plants. The act of caring for these plants can be a wonderful stress reliever. Simply sitting outside and immersing yourself in your surroundings can also be beneficial. During your lunch breaks, instead of eating at your desk or in the cafeteria, try finding a quiet spot outside where you can enjoy your meal. Listen to the birds, feel the breeze, watch the trees sway. These simple observations can help clear your mind and bring a sense of peace. Even if you live in a city with limited green spaces, there are still ways to connect with nature. You could visit a nearby botanical garden, spend time by a body of water like a lake or river, or even just open your windows to let in more natural light and fresh air. Remember, every little helps. Even a few minutes a day can make a big difference. It's about making the most of the opportunities we have to engage with the natural world. So let's step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and embrace the healing power of nature. Let's quickly recap the key points we've covered today. We started our journey by understanding the colossal impact of stress on our lives. Stress, often seen as an unavoidable part of modern living, can have profound implications on our health and well-being. It can disrupt our sleep, affect our mood, and even lead to chronic health conditions. But there's hope, and it's closer than we think. We then explored how nature can serve as an effective stress reliever. The green canopies, the gentle rustling of leaves, the melodious chirping of birds, all these elements of nature have the capacity to soothe our frazzled nerves and calm our busy minds. Spending time in nature isn't just about physical activity, it's about immersing ourselves in an environment that promotes tranquility and peace. From there, we dove into the scientific evidence supporting nature's role in stress relief. Studies have shown that spending time in nature can lower cortisol levels, a hormone closely linked with stress. It has been found to improve mood, enhance focus, and even boost our immune system. Nature's positive effects on our mental health are backed by solid science, making it a compelling remedy for stress. And lastly, we shared practical tips for incorporating nature into our daily lives. Whether it's taking a short walk in a nearby park, gardening at home, or even just opening a window to let in fresh air and sunlight, there are various ways we can embrace nature. And remember, it's not about the duration, but the quality of time spent that matters. So the next time you're feeling stressed, why not take a moment to step outside and appreciate the natural world around you? It might just be the stress relief you need.